Hey everybody, it's Chelsea. I'm bringing you another segment of Living in Southwest Florida. I recorded this video for Thanksgiving, which was last week. And we have actually been moving into a new house ourselves here, and it got away from me. And I am so sorry that I didn't get it out last week, but I still wanted to get you that information. So please stay tuned, check it out here. This is Thanksgiving week around here, and I thought I would take a minute to reflect and share some of the reasons why I'm grateful to live here in Fort Myers. All right, let's jump right in. Hi everyone, it's Chelsea here, bringing you another segment of Living in Southwest Florida. With this week being a holiday, it's nice to take a few moments to reflect on all the blessings we have and how lucky my family is to call Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and all of Southwest Florida our home. This city is more than just a pretty spot on Florida's Gulf Coast. It's a community, and so I thought I'd share with you some of those reasons why we're grateful. Let's start out with a perfect blend of sunshine and warmth. One of my favorite things is the sunshine. All year round, my kids can play outside without bundling up in heavy coats. I've talked a lot in the past about how much time we spend outdoors between riding horses or playing in the water or even bird watching. So the nice weather is really instrumental in how we live our life. Summers are hot, but we do get frequent summer rain showers, and that helps cool off the afternoons, and we just plan our time outside accordingly. And until that rain does come, summer is one of the best times to use our pool. We also spend time boating, which is nice. Fall and winter can feel like one long, perfect spring. Today, I'm recording, it's even a little chilly, which is like, 72 degrees, but I still need my sweatshirt on because anything under 70, I have to have my sweater. While we do plan around that rain, honestly, the weather rarely holds us back from any outdoor adventures. Number 2, endless outdoor activities. So I know we talked about that weather being right for all of the time that we spend outside, but we're really grateful for all those options outside as well. We can do park play dates or family bike rides. We do walks along the Caloosahatchee River and kayaking through mangroves. Fort Myers offers endless opportunities to connect with nature, and we really appreciate that. My kids love exploring Lakes Regional Park, which has walking trails and paddle boats, and it even has a mini train ride. I've shared about our family's love of horses, and so we spend a lot of our spare time out the barn. It's actually where my kid is today. Or we do a lot of swimming, boating, and beaching. My husband and I got into bird watching about 1.5 years ago, and we will sometimes head out to a local park to do that. I was talking with friends at a birthday party recently, and they play Pokemon Go as a big group together in a local park once a month. So there's certainly options for whatever your interests may be. Number 3 are those incredible beaches that are just a stone's throw away. I can't overstate how much I appreciate living so close to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. From Fort Myers Beach, which is more hip and lively, to the pristine sands of Sanibel and Captiva, where it's relaxing and laid back. Our weekends will involve building sandcastles, collecting shells, or just enjoying the waves. I personally love going on walks along the waterline, looking for those shells or shark's teeth, which we can find at some of the beaches as well. My husband's favorite is building moats and sandcastles with the kids. These trips aren't just about relaxation, they're quality family time that creates memories with my kids that they're gonna last forever. Number 4 is our arts and culture scene. Beyond the beaches and sunshine, I also really like that our community likes to get together and do life together. And there's just a little bit more to it than those beaches and sunshine. The downtown area is packed with cultural events like the Art Walk and Music Walk every month. Living in Fort Myers means that there's always something exciting happening. The Sidney and Byrne Davis Art Center hosts programs that my family can enjoy, or events at the annual the annual Edison Festival of Lights Parade is something that happens in February and we look to every year. There's even things going on at Edison Ford Winter Estates, like their tree lighting ceremony, which we went to a few years back. Our family always does the Cape Coral Reindeer Run, and we also really enjoy it when Cape Coral shuts down its downtown area for Red, White, and Boom, the Veterans Day Parade, and when they host the Lights Festival. They've also got outdoor movie nights and a holiday boat along. One of the oldest rodeos in the country, Cracker Day Rodeo, is every February, and it celebrates the area's ranching roots. And there's food festivals like the Latin Food Festival and Fort Myers Beach Shrimp Festival and other community-focused events like Southwest Florida Reading Festival. You can see we have a lot of festivals, and these gatherings give us a chance to explore local culture or try new foods or just have fun as a family. Number 5 is our parks and playgrounds. Another thing that I'm really grateful for is the emphasis on the parks program here. When I need a quick outing with the kids, there's plenty of parks and playgrounds to choose from. Centennial Park was recently renovated and it's got a Riverview area with a great play area. I also really enjoy Lakes Regional Park, like I told you about before, and we enjoy several that are in the Cape Coral area. My kids can climb and swing and run to their heart's content, and I can relax knowing that they're safe and having a blast. I also want to point out that there are several that are being renovated and include things for all areas and all ages. For example, Lake Kennedy has just added world-class pickleball facility. The Yacht Club is currently being renovated after Hurricane Ian, but before they closed, they did enjoy having fishing competitions on their pier. And then Rotary Park hosts our dog playground and a butterfly park. Number 6, proximity to wildlife and nature. As I said earlier, my husband and I have gotten into bird watching, and so I was really grateful for all the opportunities here to be in tune with our local wildlife. We like to visit 6 Mile Cypress Slough Preserve and 4 Mile Cove to spot alligators, turtles, and birds. The Jay and Ding Darling National Wildlife Refuge on Sanibel Island is another favorite. We never know what incredible creatures we're going to see there on any given day. I took the kids one day to find a roseate spoonbill, and you can see that video here on the channel of us exploring the park. There's some great nature photographers out of Jay Ding Darling who have captured its beauty, and so I would highly suggest looking for their photography if you're really interested as well. If you're more interested in the mammals, maybe check out Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge, or head to the water and visit our year-round dolphin population and the manatees. And if you really like flowers, Corkscrew Sanctuary is one of the only places in the world for the elusive ghost orchid. Number 7, delicious and diverse dining options. We're big foodies, and I do appreciate a lot of our food options here. There's some really great fresh seafood options thanks to our local waters, but also Fort Myers is an area of an abundance of farms and fresh produce available. The local farmers markets are great, and because Florida is actually one of the biggest places in the country for beef, we have great butchers who can provide high quality meat. If I don't want to cook, we found our family favorites for date night or for family meals. There's pretty much every kind of food available. I will say I was missing Greek and Mediterranean food options in Cape Coral, but I'm really grateful that the Greek spot downtown is helping to fill that hole. The foodie groups in the area are very strong as well, and Facebook pages are fully devoted to local restaurants. Number 8, a gateway to adventure. Speaking of food options, if we want a really highly ranked chef, then we're going to need to go out of area for that. And while I do appreciate Fort Myers is perfectly located for some of the great food here, it's also perfectly located to be within a few hours of both Tampa and Miami and Orlando for day trips or extended vacations. From here, we visited those theme parks of Orlando, the baseball games of Miami, the Everglades, the Keys. There's a ferry that'll take you to Key West. We've gone to the Springs in Central Florida and the Space Coast. It's pretty easy to get to the major airports for international travel. I have a friend who just left here recently, and she is now in Spain. And the regional airport, Southwest Florida International, or RSW, is close and convenient, which makes travel a breeze when we want to explore beyond Florida. Also, Fort Myers is perfectly positioned for those cruisers that leave from Miami and Tampa, which is a nice way to pick up a quick fun trip. Number 9, a close-knit community. One of the reasons I love living here is that it's a safe, close-knit community. Fort Myers has a small town feel despite its growing population. Whether it's chatting with neighbors at the local farmers market or watching my kids make friends at the playground, there is a warmth to community here. People usually care about each other and have that sense of safety and togetherness that's invaluable as a parent. Even though there's a million people living in Southwest Florida, it's kind of fun how you'll find your circles intertwined. For example, one of my new clients that Facebook friended me last week found that we had 3 mutual friends we didn't even realize we had. And one of my horse friends knew one of my mom friends, who knew one of my school friends. It just seems like there's a circle that overlaps, and it makes it feel like a small town even when it's not. Number 10 is safety and feeling safe. As for safety, I do have to be careful how I broach this because bad things can happen anywhere, and I personally believe that personal safety is never guaranteed. But I can share with you some general statistics about where I live in Cape Coral. Cape Coral's total crime rate is 49% lower than the national average and 44% lower than the state average. In 2020, Wallet Hub ranked Cape Coral as the 16th safest city in the United States, the highest ranked city in Florida. The study compared over 180 cities across 41 topics, including home and community safety, natural disaster risk, and financial safety. In 2011, the FBI ranked Cape Coral as the city in Florida with the lowest violent crime rate, and Forbes ranked Cape Coral as one of the top 10 best places to live in Florida, analyzing data on crime rate, median home price, unemployment rate, and personal income. Fort Myers is a bigger city than Cape Coral, so you will find the numbers a little higher depending on the neighborhood, of course. But with Fort Myers statistics, we're factoring in a more diverse and larger pool of locations. Even with that in consideration, U.S. News & World Reports named Fort Myers as the 8th safest city to live in 2021. Again, these come from simple Google searches. I highly suggest you do your own analysis as well. Number 11, education. I think that my kids are having exceptional educational opportunities, particularly in comparison from where we came from. As a mom, my kids' education is a top priority, and we've really enjoyed our experiences so far with Lee County schools. I am very involved in my kids' schools, and I spend a lot of my time not just sitting on their PTO or volunteering within our school, but I also volunteer for committees for the school district. By doing that, I do feel like I'm pretty well informed on what's going on in our education department, and I have always met people who truly want the best for our kids. Let's be honest, teaching isn't a job, it's a calling, and every teacher I've met has really been there for those kids. Beyond that though, I did compare the schools here to where we had moved from, and the quality of the education and the experiences were better from here than from where we previously were. For me, it mattered that my kids had access to specials like music, art, PE, and science lab. Beyond the public education though, if that's not your thing, there are several charters and private schools for families that are seeking specialized education. And if homeschool is more your thing, there's a very vibrant homeschooling co-op community here. If you want to do things that are more educational, but kind of take them into your own hands, there are museums. There's a museum called IMAG, History and Science Center, where my kids like to interact with the exhibits and it really sparks their curiosity. IMAG also does a STEAM night in our schools, and it helps teach the kids some certain science experiments they've always enjoyed. The Edison and Ford Winter Estates is another gym. It combines the history and the science and lush gardens, and it really offers a great learning experience that could stick. Living in Fort Myers means that more than just enjoying a beautiful environment, we're part of a vibrant community. And as a mom, I am incredibly grateful for the opportunities that this city provides to myself and my family to live the best lives and to explore passions, because it's really not just where we live, it's where we thrive. If you have any questions about the area, feel free to reach out. I have all of my contact information on my link tree in the description. On there, you're gonna find my 96-page moving guide for the moving to Lee County. It's been a huge labor of love for me. Or if you wanna pick my brain or discuss the ins and outs of your own personal situation, then feel free to book an appointment with me. I love to jump on video calls and we can go into the MLS and we can talk about exactly what your needs are and what you can find and whether or not Southwest Florida is a good fit for you. As a heads up, my video schedule can sometimes be erratic. I'm a realtor, but I'm also a mom and a volunteer in our community, and I tend to make these videos when I'm not serving others. So I really recommend that if you like these videos, then don't forget to hit subscribe so you'll be notified when I've had a spare moment to drop another one. Also, we do post pretty much daily over on social media, so while the videos may not be here every single day, you can find things like weekly articles and information that you can find handy and give you insight as to what life in Florida looks like. As always, we really appreciate it when you leave a comment and hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so that you can be notified when we drop future videos that may help you with living in Southwest Florida. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I wish you much health